Melita Popper,
SchwuZ de Brigitte,
Pepsi Boston, and
Melita Sundström.
the icons of Berlin's gay scene were at home in SchwuZ. Short for Schwulenzentrum, or Gay Center, the club was once a hotbed of the gay rights movement.
A huge empty hall, a tiny scruffy bar and a couple of old mattresses. The smell of stale cigarette smoke hangs in the air. The atmosphere is rancid at Kulmerstrasse, where SchwuZ was founded in 1977 by HAW, the Homosexual Action West Berlin. It's one of the few places that gay men can meet in a relaxed atmosphere at a time when society still views homosexuality as verboten, unnatural and perverse.
SchwuZ is extremely political. Paragraph 175 entered Germany's criminal code during the 1870s, making homosexual acts between men a crime. They were partially decriminalized in 1969, meaning that homosexual acts would go unpunished under certain conditions. But paragraph 175 was still driving gay culture underground, into the cottages, the public toilets where gay men meet for anonymous sex. That's why, in 1971, Rosa von Braunheim makes the rousing cry out of the cottages and onto the streets in his film It's Not the Homosexual Who's Perverse, but the Society in Which He Lives. He calls on gays to come out of the closet and fight actively for equality and tolerance for their way of life. The documentary film becomes a vital spark for the lesbian and gay movement. The film's director also provides SchwuZ with its first premises in Dannewitzstraße. It was there, and in Kulmerstraße, where you're now standing, that gay culture began to take root.
The fight for gay rights has its fun side, and SchwuZ hosts some legendary parties. The men's discos, held on Saturdays, soon become a cult, and decades later, people still remember the amazing drag shows. The drag queens' outfits are a revolt against gender stereotypes, and their shrill performances are consciously and entertainingly crossing a boundary. SchwuZ provides a space for activism. Gay schoolboys gather here and set up their own group. It's the home of the Pink Telephone Initiative, which later becomes a gay counselling service. It's the birthplace of Die Siegessäule, Berlin's gay, now queer, magazine. And SchwuZ activists organised Germany's very first Christopher Street Day back in 1979.
3 parades and 40 years later, SchwuZ is still a major player in Berlin's cultural and party scene. It's hard to imagine the city without it. It's changed perceptions of how we live and love, to the point where Berlin's former mayor Klaus Wowereit proclaimed during his campaign, "I'm gay, and that's a good thing." Society has moved on, and nowadays some of the clubbers at SchwuZ aren't even aware of the part it played in the struggle for gay rights.